Thanks very much. Good to be back. Good to see you here. Beautiful people, beautiful women. That's not the funny part. It was sincere, but beautiful women. I mean, I'm a conservative married man, so of course I have eyes for only one beautiful woman, Emma Webb. Some of you watch GB News. Right. So I am from Iran and Italy, Italian, Iranian. I guess that makes me racist. These are the two most racist places on earth. Some people know. People ask me, why are Iranians so racist? I mean, Iranians would be forgiven for being racist because when they look around, all their neighbors have names that end in istan. That's an instant ego boost. If the name of your country ends in istan, you are in trouble. I was watching this movie with Gerard Butler, and he was talking to a terrorist over the phone. He was saying, "I'm coming for you all the way to Fakhedistan." And I thought, oh, that's one of our neighbors. That's one of our neighbors he's mentioning. Actually, I think the British government had something to do with the creation of Fakhedistan. So that's the Iranians. And why are Italians racist? Why is anybody racist? People think they're better than others, so they become racist. Except that in the case of the Italians, they have the monuments and supercars to prove it. So that's that covered. Italian, Iranian. Now, do you guys like the world? Yeah? Yeah, the world is always a crowd pleaser. Fans of the world are in tonight. Listen, how about those targeted ads? You know, I bumped into this targeted ad. It said, answer 5 easy questions to see if you qualify for the passport of the Czech Republic. I said, okay. That's not the funny part. Okay, if you laugh on the premise like that, okay, I get worried. But anyway, I said, okay, let's check this out. Answer 5 easy questions to find out if you qualify for the passport of Czech Republic. Question 1, is your grandfather's name Vyacheslav? This is not helpful. This targeted ad doesn't know me at all. But sometimes targeted ads are spot on. For example, I received this job offer, very flattered actually. Chief Operations Officer, big multinational company, name yet undisclosed, location southern Beirut. I read the advert. They offer a very good work-life balance. It said no electronics outside working hours. Also, no electronics inside working hours. By the way, the MC forgot to tell you, please, during the show, if your pager rings, do not answer. Israelis have given new meaning to the word buzzkill. I'm not Jewish, I just look Jewish. And by the way, these pagers, men usually carry them in their side pocket, so when they blow off, you know, the damages, the area, the area damage. I'm trying to say that Israel and Hezbollah have jointly become pioneers of gender transition in the Middle East. Pioneering gender transition in the Middle East. So, one of the most progressive operations in the Middle East, no less. If you think you lie too much on your dating profiles, give yourselves a break. You should see how world leaders lie about their countries. Last week we had the United Nations Annual General Assembly Summit, where world leaders come from all over the world to New York, give lectures about their countries and solutions to world problems. And I was listening to the Mongolian president. He came on behind the podium and he's like, my ancestors in the Mongol Empire were champions of diplomacy, multilateralism, and peaceful resolution of conflict. I was like, really? Because when I was a child, I used to have an Iranian grandma, and sometimes I was naughty. Like, I would want to stay up to watch, I don't know, Father Ted, for example. And I remember my grandma telling me, it's time for bed. Go to bed, otherwise I'll ask the Mongolian men to come and eat you. I mean, from the steppes of Central Asia to the borders of Ukraine and Romania, grandmas are threatening their kids with the Mongolian men coming to eat you. And they're lecturing us on multilateralism. But they all fib. Joe Biden came on, yeah, I love this country. That's why I left the presidential race voluntarily. I mean, as voluntarily as Charles I relinquished his throne. And the Iranian president came on, yeah, Islam is the religion of peace. We want peace. And then the Israeli prime minister came on, and he said, we want peace too. Esh. We have done peace before. Esh. We shall do peace again. Esh. In the Bible, Moses tells the Jewish people, Laham chayich, negorim etem imzer. Esh. In the Bible, Moses came across this burning bush. The bush was burning because it was on Esh. Esh is Hebrew for fire. Right. This is a multilingual gig for you guys. So that was that. And then the Canadian foreign minister came on. She had a long speech. They're supposed to have 15 minutes only, like Mai said, but she went on and on. She wanted a lot of things. She asked for more choice for women, if you see what I mean. She asked for reproductive health for women, if you see what I mean. And later in the speech, she asked for body autonomy for women, if you see what I mean. And towards the end of the speech, she asked for voluntary termination of pregnancy for women. All these fancy euphemisms, but ultimately there's only so much you can write on a TV screen. So media just wrote, Canadian Foreign Minister Melanie Joly wants abortion. The screen is narrow. All these euphemisms. I mean, they're up to something nasty when they use euphemisms. Right? It's a bit like the name of your country. There's a rule. The nicer the name of your country sounds, the more you are in trouble. Like, for example, if your country is called Republic of Korea, you're doing okay, more than okay. However, if your country's name is People's Democratic Free Healthcare Happy, Shiny, Glorious Republic of Fuckheadistan, you gotta run. No less because Gerard Butler is coming for you. You've got a lot of problems. Do you guys like Persian proverbs? Bringing something different to the table. So you see, fun fact for you, in Persian language, they call an ostrich Camel-bird, because it looks like a camel, but it's also a bird. So it's called Camel-bird. And they have this expression. They say, you ask the Camel-bird, the ostrich, to carry some load for you. It says, I can't, I'm a bird. You say, okay, show me how you fly. I can't, I'm a camel. It's like when you tell your wife, why does the house look like Notting Hill after the Diversity Carnival? And she says, I've got a job. So are you going to contribute to the bills and all that? It's a part-time job. It's a totally camel-bird situation. It's a valid proverb. I mean, we had better, but Mongolians burned a lot of libraries with their multilateralism and peaceful conflict resolution. So speaking of the Persian camel-bird, in America we have Kamala Harris. No, honestly, because she is in a camel-bird situation, because she packages and presents herself as a candidate of change. So you tell her, so you are the candidate of change? Does that mean you are inexperienced? Oh no, I have a lot of experience. As what? As the Vice President of the United States of America. Which administration? This one. Biden-Harris administration. It's called Harris because I'm Harris. So are you saying Joe Biden, are you distancing yourself from Joe? Are you saying Joe Biden is a bad president? I can't say Joe is a bad president. It's because of Joe that I'm here running for president. Are you saying Joe Biden is a good president? I can't say Joe is a good president. It's because of Joe that I'm here running for president. It's a camel, but her team came up with some good strategies, like they broke world's Zoom record, a Zoom meeting between Kamala and 100,000 white women. 100,000 white women. The event was called Karens for Kamala. That was the official name. That's not my joke. It was called Karens for Kamala. So her team thought, let's amplify Kamala's charm and warmth by tapping into the charm and warmth of Karens. You know, our candidate has been wrongly accused of being obnoxious, shallow, and self-entitled. To prove that's wrong, here are 100,000 Karens. Time magazine asked for an interview. She said no, and Time magazine went ahead and put her on the cover of the magazine anyway, with a big, nice feature. Don't they have any pride, any dignity? I mean, nobody had tarnished their reputation so much for the unreciprocated love of a woman since Will Smith punched Chris Rock at the Oscars. And then she got the endorsement of Taylor Swift, and people said, you know, Taylor Swift, a career over songs about her bad choices. Now she's okay. But now she's getting international endorsements. The latest international endorsement comes from Captain Francesco Schettino, former captain at Costa Crociera cruise ship. She said, quote, Kamala is able to steer the country towards the right destination. So that's that. That's nice. But okay, so some of these bits will do better with the Americans on YouTube. But Kamala is endorsed by Time magazine and Taylor Swift, and Donald Trump is endorsed by our Lord. Cheated death twice so far. It was embarrassing for the Secret Service. These female agents were supposed to cover him from bullets, and they were short and fat and clumsy with the gun holster and all that. It was embarrassing. And the head of the Secret Service went to the Congress and said, look, in their applications, they said they were fit, these women. Also, they said, they said they were good at emotional stability, debating logically, and opening jars. How about the Paris Olympics, you know? Paris Olympics will go down in history as the games where two boxers with XY chromosomes beat the living life out of female boxers. In the closing ceremony, the head of the International Olympic Committee said, we are committed to women's rights, but we are even more committed to irony. So there was this Algerian boxer, Iman Khalif, and there was a debate, is she a woman, is she not a woman? And some people said, oh, she has a vagina. Although XY chromosome, but she has a vagina, she is a woman. Vagina doesn't qualify you to be a woman. This is not 2021. And the rest of the defenders were like, essentially the defense came down to, yes, she is a woman, but she's a very, very, very ugly one. That's not good. You don't want that as your defense. And she got bullied online by, I don't know, TERFs or biological women. She said it was horrible, very upsetting. And she said the most upsetting thing about being bullied online by these women was that she couldn't punch them in the head. So there was that, and then we had another news. Anthony Ammirati was a French pole vaulter, and he missed out on a medal because as he was clearing the horizontal barrier, his penis bulge dropped. So the whole world witnessed as his ginormous penis bulge cost him the medal, dropped the thing, which meant he had to now wait 4 years for another chance at an Olympic medal, but he didn't have to wait that long for a new date. As soon as he got out of the locker rooms, it was sorted. But again, Anthony Amirati was not the biggest penis this summer in the news. It was Keir Starmer. There were race riots after 3 little kids were killed by an immigrant. So Keir came out as a prime minister. He said, I'm utterly saddened by the senseless loss of these 3 beautiful police cars. White people should immediately stop rioting, looting, stealing. It's cultural appropriation. He had a point, to be honest. I mean, cut Keir some slack. And now he wants to give Chagos Islands to Mauritius. I mean, giving Chagos Islands to Mauritius is the biggest betrayal of Labour government towards Britain ever since they gave London to Pakistan. So, factually accurate said, ladies and gentlemen, you have been great. This is a beautiful heavyweight lineup tonight, but I'll venture that, save any surprises, I'll be the funniest Italian Iranian of the night.